Welcome all to tonight's game. I am Todd Shreve. I'll be your DM this evening. I'm thrilled to bring you my take on the wild sheep chase here to Winter Fantasy. With me today is an outstanding cast of characters, and let's take a moment to introduce ourselves. Starting with Lily.
Hi, my name's Lily Dean, and I am playing Lom Bargleborus Dramblefang, a Goliath monk.
Paul.
I'm going to be playing Jerome Scowl, a human variant Divine Soul Sorcerer.
Thank you. Mel.
Mel Tinney. I will be playing Tafina Tippletoe Timbers, a gnome wizard.
And Dr. Cornelius.
Well, I'm Gary, and I'm playing Dr. Cornelius, a Herongon warlock of the genie.
Thank you all for joining me this evening. Also, for all of you out watching, we do have donations, banes and boons that can be granted. Your donations can help some of us, harm some others. To get to those, exclamation point donate for info about how to donate, and exclamation point perks to see what donations get you and how to report it to us. All of our donations will go to Jasper's Game Day and help in their quest to prevent suicide. With that, we've gone over our safety tools before the game and information before the start of the podcast. So with that, we can get started. This is a true story. It's depicted in the year 1495 DR. It has been a very long day for our wayfinders. The mild winter seems to have put people off any sort of medicinal dairy product. Icy whipped smooth cheese and magical cheese of endless pulling have failed to entice anybody. Sorry. Making your sales outing a tedious one, mostly of rejections. You have some hope, knowing that the Short Rest Tavern is known for offering stew that seems to hold the same flavor despite whatever ingredients go into it. You all enter, and your eyes and nostrils adjust to the short rest to find it about half full of a motley crew of patrons who heads turn to see who's letting in the light. In the corner by a fire, you find a crew of musicians plucking away, filling the thick air with something other than stew. And behind the bar, a dragonborn barkeep is cleaning up, along with a human server buzzing around the short rest, doing her best to keep up with the demands of the patrons. As you make your ways into the tavern, please give the patrons of the bar and each other a description of who they are looking at. Starting with Lom, a last name that I didn't write down. I promised I'd try. Bargolboris Drama Fang.
It's a good attempt.
I tried. I ran right into that bar.
Yes, Lom strides across the floor, his legs very long as he stands, a great 8'4". His ash gray skin and black eyes sort of scan the room as his fuzzy hair just bounces around. Rather amiable looking fellow, very simple clothing, and takes a position as close to the bar as he can with his walking stick, quarterstaff, and generally has an air of goodwill, if not something strange about him.
Well, thank you. Let's go on to Jerome.
Okay, yeah, I'll be playing Jerome Scowl this evening. Despite the name, he's quite amiable, as you'll see. He's fresh out of accounting school, He just landed his first job with these lovely cheesemongers, the Wayfinders. He believes that the key to accounting excellence is creativity, financial sorcery, if you will. This is only his first job, but already he's got big plans. Let's see how that goes, shall we? Yeah, and there he is.
Catching up on the arts buttons. Thank you very much. Tafina.
Tafina is a little gnome, so before anyone actually notice her, they might start to smell this wonderful aroma as she casts Prestidigitation with a hot brie, as if it was roasted just over the fire, with some candied nuts starting to way into everyone's nostrils, hopefully getting them a little bit hungry, because the cheese itself hasn't been selling, but maybe with some magical inclinations we can do a bit better. That said, she's doing this job really just for the adventure. What really gets her going is the odd prank.
Thank you. You can all have inspiration for those fantastic descriptions. You also should be able to see the bar there and your tokens in the center. Go ahead and place them wherever you would like to start out. You can see the barkeep along with the dragon, or the dragonborn barkeep, along with the servant going around trying to get things done, and the band up here at the top. But as everybody turns their head back to their own business and continues with their conversations, what would the Hue finders like to do?
And aren't we missing someone here? I'm pretty sure there were 4 of us in this outfit. Is he late again?
Dr. Cornelius!
Oh,
yes, there's always one of us who's always late. Dr. Cornelius, don't forget your plate.
Yeah, no, it is completely my fault. I was not paying attention to the time. A Harengon walks in wearing a 3-piece suit, and he has a golden rimmed monocle, and he's holding a small satchel, which looks very much like it would carry important documents of some nature. But he seems at once genial and friendly, but also aloof. And consternated constantly. He looks at his associates, and he looks around the bar, and he will wipe a furred finger, and he will look at it, and he says, "Is this what we are resolved to now? This place does not look like it has been ever cleaned. I have seen hovels or holes in the ground cleaner than this room. This is where we wish to sell our cheese."
Come now, Doctor. We go where the customers are. And hopefully the customers are here.
Looking around the room, there are plenty of at least patrons eating whatever gets served that is considered food in this place. But otherwise, it's pretty obvious who you could get to talk to if I remember all the PC characters as we go along. But yeah, there we are. Sorry, what would you guys like to do?
Dr. Cornelius will approach the bar, and he will put 2 hands on the bar, and he will patiently await a barkeep or barmaid to serve him.
The Dragonborn approaches and. Yes, hello. What can I get for you? Yes.
Yes. Greetings, my tall friend. Excuse me. What would you recommend? Do you have any house specialities that one might appreciate, or is it just all this? And he's going to gesture to the room.
It is. Well, yes, we do have 2 offerings actually today, which is unique. We do offer just the stew, and then we offer the stew with the bread. It cuts it a little bit, but the flavor is, it's something that sticks with you for a little while. Would you and your companions like some?
Wait, question, my friend. Did you say that the specialty is the bread on the side of the stew? That is your daily special?
Yes.
Oh, mein Gott.
No, I'm sorry. Is that not what it's what we have? This stew has been brewing here for 30 years. My father created this stew, and it is the same pot, I'll have you know. The same brew. It has never gone cold in 30 years.
But I must admit that my appetite has gone cold, so perhaps just a small glass of water in a clean glass. Is that too much to ask?
It is a request. We'll leave it at that, yes. And he seems to signal over to the barmaid, who heard enough and scurries off into the back and seems to be getting something.
He's going to give a pained look over at Jerome.
This is not how we win hearts and minds. Hearts and minds! Jerome's going to go over to Tafina and see how she's doing. Tafina, I gotta say, the smell is intoxicating.
Isn't it? And I feel, and I gesture towards the musicians playing, that perhaps our entertainment here deserves a free sample. And if you should enjoy it, then you can tell the patrons how you feel.
Like any proper musicians, they never turn down free food. And I'll take whatever the samples of the cheese that you're offering, and each one in turn kind of gives a general nodding of approval that it's food. It doesn't seem to be actively killing them or their taste buds. Generally give it a nod of approval before returning to their duties.
In point of order, those were the samples that were sprinkled with the dust of deliciousness, so perhaps were a little bit better than they were expecting.
You can see as they're kind of going back to playing their instruments that a lot of them they're kind of looking back towards your stock, and their eyes are kind of going, you know where their minds are right now.
On my inventory.
And the barmaid comes out, just puts down a glass of what? It passes for water.
Dr. Cornelius is going to look over at Lom forlornly, and he's going to say, "This is what I have been recited to. This what they call water. Can you not help them?"
Dr. Cornelius, don't be so dour. I think we can help them with some of our powers. If you'll allow me access to your kitchen, I'll whip up something that's quite delicious.
Roll me a persuasion check. As your size to begin with is fairly intimidating, even to a dragonborn. It'll make him listen to your request. Maybe.
Oh.
He kind of looks you over like, what? The kid, listen, are you trying to get to my family secrets here? Listen, if you want to, people add ingredients to the stew all the time. It's a kind of a right. Like, we could talk about things here. Like, what are you pitching?
No, not at all. We have our ways. In fact, Tafina here has a sample. Actually, maybe I do too, come to think of it. Hey. And I hand him a sample of one of the cheeses that we have, one of the cheese snacks.
And he looks it over and just gone in his mouth, and just watch him chewing on it for a second. Chewing on it for a second. Cheese isn't normally my thing, but this is. And there's something in the back of his head that he's having a hard time forcing it down, but he's forcing himself to do it, and just. Cheese is, I don't normally do cheese, but that one that might have been the best piece of cheese I've ever had. That is, frankly, fantastic. I want to try another one.
That's the
Of
MSG
course.
working.
Okay, you might have something here. Let's talk some business here. What do you have available? This can't last long.
Jerome, my friend, I believe this is where you come in. My business savvy is worn a little thin.
Well, I'm glad you said so. At this very moment, what we have in store for you is an experience that will revitalize this, I'm sorry to say, rather dour establishment.
As you're talking, the door opens and then closes again. But looking over the tables and in that direction, even glancingly, you didn't see anybody come in.
And just wait till I tell you about the quantitative cheesing. This is going to be big. We're going to be all over Faerun, and you want to get in at the ground floor. We're going to have the Lord's Alliance working with us, and maybe perhaps I speak too much. Just why don't you try this sample?
What is that? You hear two patrons down to the south of you there, and what looks like is that a sheep? That seems to have rammed across them and is kind of nosed up and sniffed and is now approaching the party. It is quite fluffy. And it does appear to have a scroll in its mouth as it's coming and sniffing at it. Comes up to Lom for a moment and sniffs, walks away. Goes up to Jerome, sniffs a few times, no, and then turns to Dr. Cornelius and sniffs, and then you hear it sits. Bah, 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 and it seems to be indicating for you to take the scroll.
Dr. Cornelius slumps down and puts a hand on his head, and he says, "Oh, why is it always me? Why am I so personable?
The Dragonborn, is this, sorry, is that yours? That's not, could you, I don't understand things get in sometimes, but if that's with you, could you get it out?
It's not my sheep. It has a scroll in its mouth." And he's going to gingerly take the scroll out of the sheep's mouth with 2 fingers, and hopefully it's not sheep slobbered on.
Only a little bit of slobber, but it's not too bad.
All right, he will open the scroll.
And as you open that up and start to read it, it immediately goes up in flame and disappears in your hand. And you feel some of those arcane sigils go into your eyes, and those bleats that everybody's hearing, those ba, 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 change and transform as you feel the effects of Speak with Animals take over. And the bleats turn from, hey, can you hear me? Do you nod if you understand my words?
He's going to sigh deeply and then nod.
Outstanding. I have been in this form for months now. I need you in the strongest band of that one. The strongest people that you can get to come and help. I need a lot of help. My apprentice, no. He has come, and just as a point of order here for everybody else, like all you are hearing is you see Dr. Cornelius kind of hand to his forehead down, and this sheep sitting down and just ba 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 ba, and Dr. Cornelius slowly nodding his head. Dr. Cornelius, the sheep bleats on.
So he's going to. Oh, he's going to continue?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, so you are something other than the forms that I see before me?
Yes. You might have heard of me. I am a master transmuter. I am Fenrir Sheenbright.
I must say, are you truly a master if you find yourself transmuted into this form permanently?
It was a bit of a situation. My apprentice turned on me. No.
All right.
Turn on me in my sleep.
I find your bleeds trying. So what I will say is, get to the gist. How can we help you?
Excellent. You can round up your friends or your posse or whatever it is you commoners have and follow me outside to my treehouse where I did all of my work and all of the grass and all of the nook.
You are a sheep that lives in a tree.
I was an elf that lived in a tree, and now I've been out living in the grass because of nook.
If I had a sense of humor, I might find this entire scenario very funny. But fortunate for you, I do not. Very well. I will gather my companions. I will tell them of your plight, and we will decide whether or not to help you. Because truthfully, I do not see anything in it for me. So he's gonna go and he's gonna gather Lom and Jerome.
At this point, Lom has just been staring at you this entire time, just like looking at the sheep, looking at you, looking at the sheep, looking at you, like just the entire exchange. Just
so Dr. Cornelius is basically going to explain what the sheep said. Gonna give his friends all of the information that he provided, while at the same time muttering under his breath, "This is my nightmare."
And as you're explaining it, the sheep Fenrir seems to be giving, as far as anybody else is concerned, bleats of agreement or nays of negative, an appropriate with the story that Dr. Cornelius relays. But as he's relaying that story, the door opens once again, but except this time, there appears to be a large half-orc that comes in and just smashes the door open. I am looking for a sheep. I'll prefer if I could get this sheep from my master and return the property to him. I am Guz. I am here on Noak's behalf looking for a sheep that we saw come in here. And Fenrir seems to have gone real quiet and tries to keep as much as possible, trying to hide from line of sight between anybody and Guz. But also behind Guz, a few more people enter, although they don't seem they seem to be wobbling around a lot. They might be drunk. You can roll perception checks if you would like to look further.
yeah, I'd love to.
When given the opportunity, always. Yeah.
I mean, whatever they are, they're pretty drunk, but they're all coming in with these hoods, and the last one that came in barely fit through the door, as it had to kind of push its way in the last bits, but they're all wearing hoods that seem to cover all of their appendages from head to toe. Guz continues. We know we saw a sheep run in here. We would just like it returned in a peaceful manner. I have been...
There's no sheep here. What are you on about?
I saw the sheep. We saw the sheep come in here. We know it's in here somewhere. We would just like the sheep returned to us in a manner that does not result in violence, as I am trying a new approach. But we would like the sheep immediately, please, or it is going to get violent.
And you're certain it's in here?
I mean, we have a lot of very good eyes that we are on very good authority that we saw it come in here.
And you're certain it's a sheep?
Yes.
What does it look
Mostly
like?
now. Roll a persuasion check. Or intimidation, or I don't know, I can't do confusion. You can make your call on which one you think is better.
It's just gonna be
deception because we're trying to just bluff our way through this at this point. We're just trying to throw him off his game.
You see Gus kind of get a very confused look on its face and turns and looks at their companions. And the highest passive perception goes, oh, well, oddly enough, it goes to Lom. I didn't see that coming. Oh, Cornelius matches. Okay. Cornelius and Lom, you would both, you would hear what sounded like a quiet bark before Gus turned back and goes, no, we're very confident that this sheep is in here in somebody's possession. We would just like it returned before it turns to violence. And Dr. Cornelius, you can hear quiet bleats going, no, minions, I can't, no.
Dr. Cornelius is going to look at Tafina and Jerome, and then he's going to glance at Guz, and he's going to say, would you kindly describe the look of this sheep? When you describe this sheep, what does a sheep look like?
It's fluffy.
Jerome
Perhaps like this. And Tafina's going to minor illusion a fluffy sheep, and she's like, sometimes I just make them pop out when I need to have a nap. So maybe you saw my sheep, and I'll have it like kind of like dance along the bar.
I mean, that is quite fluffy. But roll dice here real quick. I mean, fluffier than that even, and probably not as... It would have kicked over that glass on the table. But yes, kind of like that.
Dr. Cornelius is going to stroke the back of his ears and is going to say, I am very fluffy. Are you looking for me?
I mean, have you seen Noak? He turns and changes a lot of people like that. Those ears are they must be very good for... Listen, if you would have heard the sheep then, you would have heard it around here. Did you hear it or not?
I have not met this Nook character, but I can assure you this is my final form. This is how I appear on the inside and the outside, without modification of the magical variety.
And all the compatriots seem to be inching their way closer, and even the big one is really stumbling along, having a hard time getting through.
Are we able to tell what the he's going to Dr. Cornelius is going to look at Tafina because he knows that her gnomish eyes are very keen. Is Tafina able to tell what the creatures are under their cloaks?
I don't know if she's aware of has anything that's really tipped her off, but because she didn't roll high enough on the perception check that happened earlier. Okay. As they get closer, I could allow quick investigation.
Could I mage hand, like give it a little tug?
Ooh. Feel
the material.
You want to send out your make hand and pull on which creature's cloak?
Let's do the one closest to me.
Okay. As you kind of slip that mage hand back, are you trying to do this stealthily at all, or are you just going for it?
Sure, I'll do it stealthily.
Okay, roll me a quick stealth check then.
I mean, as stealthy as a mage hand could be.
I mean, Gus is already a little desensitized to things being magically generated and sent across the table, and doesn't actually pay it much mind as it's not going directly towards them. As you get back there and grab the cloak, give it a quick yank, you hear what sounds like as it appears to have a wolf head.
Dr. Cornelius is gonna see this, and he's going to nod at Tafina and say, "You always have the right answer, my friend. I always look to you for your wisdom." And then he's gonna look at Guz, and he's going to say, "It seems as though we have a sheep in wolf's clothing. We have come to a problem." And then he's going to Eldritch Blast Guz.
Okie dokie. We'll let that happen first, but let's roll initiative. Click on your token and then roll it, and it will all show up. If you need a fix, let me know, and I'll fix it, because I can do those things.
You have the power, yeah. Okay, too many windows open. Initiative, did that roll?
And as this Eldritch Blast, and you start doing the incantation, and you see that going off directly towards Gus, all of his minions are gonna start dropping their disguises, revealing that they were all, in fact, wolves and bears.
Oh no.
No lions, not. It's a different adventure. We will get to that later.
Oh my.
Oh my.
All right. Did anybody not get into initiative? I'm gonna take stunned silence as a no. And choose side and flip that guy over, and I got all the buttons right. Let's see that Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I will Eldritch Blast now. Okay. I will press a button first. I must find the spells. Oh my goodness.
We remember how this works.
Yes. Yes, the Eldritch Blast.
All right, and because our audience can't see your rolls, feel free to call them out.
Yeah, the Eldritch Blast lances out from my fingertips as I go, and it hits Guz about his person.
Yeah. 20's
assume?
gonna connect 4.
I hope. Anyway, if it doesn't, I'm going to run. The sheep is on his own. And then I will roll damage. Did I roll damage?
You did.
Yes. And I deal 8 damage. And then I'm going to I use the Lance of Lethargy ability to reduce his speed by 10 for 1 round. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back here, and I'm going to shout, "Yoo-hoo, I'm over here." And I will end my turn.
Yeah, and you see Gus. Oh, I was trying not to have that happen. Definitely unhappy with that. Lom, Bargle, Boris is Dromblefang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You're up.
Well. All right. Lom is going to grab the heft of his trusty walking stick and kick it up to his shoulder. Well, guess it's time to have some fun. Professor Cornelius, or Dr. Cornelius, you're going to have to explain this one. And then he's going to walk over here and we're just going to follow his lead, and with a little
when it's on, it's on.
Yeah, with a little razzle dazzle, hopefully.
Yeah, after recovering quickly from that Eldritch Blast, looking up, arms up, blocks your attack.
Then in that case, I am going to... Hang on. Sorry. I believe I'm remembering how to play monk. Yeah, I'm going to spend a key point and use Flurry of Blows.
Absolutely.
And follow that up with, one Unarmed Strike. Ooh.
You come back with your these big meaty palms of yours and just start taking big old swings. That first one actually catches him real strong across the ear, but quickly knows that doesn't want to take any more of that damage and ducks out of the way of your second attack.
Ooh.
And
All right.
still
And then
doing
that is
okay
gonna do
though.
it.
All right then. Seeing things get started, the most agile wolf, 5, 10, 15, 20, can jump up on the table and get close enough to take a swing at Lom.
Boy.
At advantage, rolls a nat 20 for a total of 24 because it does have pack tactics and an ally right next to it. That is a total of 14 points of piercing damage, and can I please get a strength saving throw?
Ow.
As it comes at you with full force, getting all on the table, getting some height on that, and coming down, getting right into your collarbone with, you can feel those teeth diving in.
Oof.
But
who let these dogs out?
Does it knock you over? Oh.
That is a great question.
Almost. You stagger a little bit before managing just barely to keep your footing and push the dog back there under the table where it continues to snarl. Fenrir bleats like crazy, and that's all anybody's going to hear because Dr. Cornelius isn't allowed to translate that one for our viewing audience. Jerome, you are up.
All right, well, Jerome will reach into his pocket and a ghostly spiritual weapon will appear. Standard tools, a calculator, pencil floating around. He's going to have it come by Guz if possible, right there.
Boop, sorry, didn't have a calculator ready. Mace, best I can do.
That's good. And
I know, terrible DM. No calculator.
What are you thinking?
No.
Well, that's fine. Sorry. First game. Let's have a firebolt also.
Sure thing. As you catch Guz square across, actually the spiritual weapon threw off your aim and caused Gus to move out of the way of your firebolt as it goes off and lights up the corner of the bar. But he does take that spiritual weapon shot for 6 force damage. Guz is still looking okay. Seems to be a thick half orc. Anything else?
Turn. Nope, that'll do.
Moving on to the brown bear, who doesn't have a lot of room to work here. Is gonna have to take its time just pushing through and use its dash action 5, 10, 15, 20, and can only get to Jerome while scaring off patrons as they take off out the door. I don't think it has a... Nope. Tafina.
She is going to shout to the bartender, I hope you wanted to renovate, as she casts Shatter.
No! All right. That's a picture. I can't move any of that furniture, but it would all go flying. Allow me to get you some rolls. The wolves, that was just the wolf, and wolf it looked like, or did you also catch Guz in that?
I got Guz as well.
Okay, what is wolf, and 1 for Guz. Let's see, Guz is gonna pass, and actually, only 1 wolf is gonna fail. It's gonna be that guy right there. That wolf that fails absolutely gets blasted along with some of the chairs and tables and just ends up in a mess. And as it's there, laying unconscious, parts of it, like one of its paws turns into a hand, another one starts to turn into a leg, and you see an ear shrink back down to a human ear, and it sits in this weird kind of half form there, unconscious, over on the side. Anything else?
Nope. Actually, she's going to take some
They're
movement
gonna
and just distance herself a bit further.
Okie dokie. And the other wolves didn't appreciate that, but everybody else still stays up and standing. Oops, there we go. Okay. That wolf is in fact still up and standing and will turn towards the big target that is attacking its current boss.
Oh boy.
That is a dirty 20 this time.
No.
Only 8 points of piercing damage, but I do still need a strength saving throw, as this one also gets a good piece of you. We'll say it's your leg this time, and you're trying not to fall down to your knees. You absolutely hold strong, the mountain that you are. But that brings us to Gus, who, feeling a little lethargic, isn't going to move very far, but will make a whirling greatsword attack towards our barbarian. That is an AC of 15. So you see Gus just finally pull out this greatsword. I just wanted to paint! And takes a big old, just massive telegram swing towards you that you just lazily dodge back out of the way as it just goes right in front of you. And he comes back around a little uncomfortably and just, I didn't want that. And as that all continues, we go on to Dr. Cornelius.
Oh my God.
Hearing
my
that
heart.
the barkeep didn't want to renovate, Dr. Cornelius is going to chip in. Well, if you didn't want to renovate, I hope you at least had the insurance. And as a bonus,
And what
my friend.
Oh.
And he's going to cast a hex on Guz. And I am going to claim my inspiration, which you gave me before I did my intro, but I'm taking it anyways. And then
You get it.
I'm taking it okay. And then I'm gonna roll with advantage.
Do it,
please. And then I cast this like that, and then I do that.
Easy.
Oh yeah. The blast of eldritch energy comes out of his fingertips and hits him even more firmly than it did before. Was a 25. I'm going to roll my damage now.
Absolutely connects as you watch that blast directly in the chest. Go to exactly the same spot too. A little spiteful that.
Yeah, I promise you, if a 25 missed, I would run faster than if the 20 missed.
Yes, yeah. A bit weird that. Just sudden change in atmosphere that. Anything else?
Yeah, add 5 points of necrotic damage from my hex as I heckle him mightily from across the room, and the lance of lethargy affects him once more.
And you're like, as that effect starts to pierce through Guz's body, you can see a lot of blood starting to form from those wounds that you placed directly in their chest. They're not looking great at the moment. Anything else?
No, I'm going to flee again as far as the maximum of my. Oh, no, I can go faster since that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, that is the limit of my speed. Yeah,
you're free to take your movement. There's a lot of people that seem to be trying as much as possible to become one with the wall. Although there's an equal number of people back there that are entertained by this whole thing.
Yeah, I am done. Thank you, DM.
Lom.
Wow. All right. So, Lom's real hurt. So Lom is just gonna. Oh no, Lom. Lom isn't.
No. Lom would do Lom things and finish the fight. So Lom's gonna do the dumb thing and just
Please,
sort of
courageous thing.
wipe blood from the side of his mouth and look at Guz and go, "We couldn't have had fun, but now I think we're done." And is gonna go after him again with that quarterstaff.
Okay, do it. Okie dokie. 24 is definitely going to connect. For how much? One or two-handed today.
That is going to be one-handed.
Working out in your favor, as you absolutely you had whatever your move was, you got Guz absolutely twisted and solid crack. You might have felt something come loose in that jaw.
Great. And then going to use another key point to actually take to use patient defense and take the dodge action as my bonus action for the turn.
Smart. All right. And that's it. You sounded like you declined your movement.
Yeah, they ain't gonna get no cheap shots on me. I am danger ops.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of cheap shots, these wolves still have pack tactics. That's going to connect with a 23, natural 19 on advantage. 6 piercing damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
I don't think. How much?
Oh wait, but you have it. But wait, hold on. But you have patient defense, so that negates the advantage. So it absolutely whiffs with a natural 1.
Oh, haha!
It has to get the dice in the right order, as it just takes a very awkward bite that it was a little more confident about. Yes, Tafina, straight roll from patient defense, because it was pack tactics. Counters it. They cancel each other out. Fenrir, again, continues to follow who he believes is going to be his savior. Is making more pleas of just you were supposed to be brave. Why are you running? As Jerome takes their turn.
Mom, don't worry. Jerome's going to help the wolves out by moving so he's surrounded.
Okay.
So that he can, at second level, cast a Cure Wounds on Lom.
Oh, thank you.
Being 8 points of healing
was scary.
Mm-hmm. And as you, Jerome, reach out and get that Cure Wounds on there, you do feel what feels like bones and serious arteries kind of getting that priority treatment. Lom was in terrible, terrible shape.
Yeah, well, let's see if we can't even up the score a bit. I want to move my weapon south 1 square and hit the one that's to my right with the spiritual weapon.
That's what's there. So that guy, there you go. And the one to the right, spiritual weapon, can do that. The
one to my right. The left of... how about that?
You did it, though. As it kind of there must be something in the stewy air in this region, as the wolf and the spiritual weapon both roll the natural 1. We will see what happens with the bear, as it is displeased that you paid it no mind and just kind of juked past it. The bear gets multi-attack, and it is sending both towards Jerome.
Bring it on.
AC 17. So it comes up, and its bite comes in and gets pretty close with a 16 to hit. All that seems to do, though, is distract you just enough for the claw to come by immediately afterwards. With a 21 to hit, that's 11 points.
Not gonna hit.
Not gonna hit. Oh, as you undistractedly throw up a quick magical barrier, and that claw just bounces off of that like a gong, and you can feel that rattle and that tear as you dodge out of the way of 11 points of slashing damage. Tafina.
It's going to look at Gus and say, if you want to paint, then why are you in here starting a brawl? And send a bolt of firebolt at him.
What do you see? I'm trying to do. Ow! Before they could get their explanation out, they do take all 9 points of that firebolt damage. Did you even want to hear the answer?
You can still tell me.
Well, I mean, that was kind of interrupting. Anything else, Tafina?
Just run away a bit more.
All right, I believe. That wolf is still up, but now has choices. Hey, Lom, are you even or odd?
Sorry, what?
Are you even or odd?
Odd?
Okay, it's gonna attack you.
Great.
Which, I mean, I guess that's on brand. It's been working really hard at it. Although you've gotten a little more used to these attacks as you feel invigorated now. Feel some of that strength coming back to you. You see one wolf coming up, getting on its hind legs to take a bite, and you just give it the no dog and put its mouth closed and push it right back down.
Mm-hmm.
But that does bring us to Gus, who is just unhappy with this whole situation here. Really just like, I've been trying to just, Noka's been trying to get me to be a better person and do better things, and now I'm going to hit you with my sword. And that is a 17 to hit on Lom for 10 points of slashing damage, undoing all that positive work as that whirling great swords.
A reaction. I'm going to use Stone's Endurance and reduce some of that damage, and Lom sort of like tenses a little bit, and it almost looks like he absorbs a little bit more. So
harden yourself, and you feel that not cut quite as deep as your pectorals literally start grabbing the blade and say, no, you cannot come in.
So how much was the damage on that?
The damage was 10 total, and you can chop that in half. Or 5 damage. I don't remember Stone's. Stone's Endurance was the whole thing. You can get rid of the whole thing.
No, so I take 2.
2? Is only 8 on your Stone's Endurance? You know more than I do about your character, and I'm going to believe you. Oh, do it. There you go. Very cool. Thank you.
It's a D12 roll.
It's a game of 10,000 rules, everybody. Right. That brings us to the end of... Actually, no. Guz is going to go for it. Seeing the sheep taking off, it will also go, but it's not very fast. You can take an opportunity attack if you want.
Oh, I absolutely will. Absolutely will.
Did you use?
That's the sheep. That's a fluffy. It's a fluffy. How did you not know that was the sheep? That was a fluffy sheep. Oh, you catch Gus on the way out for. Unfortunately, not enough to bring Gus down. So Gus will move that far is how far it can get right now. That is it for that, Dr. Cornelius.
Dr. Cornelius will continue talking to the sheep. People may not think he is in his right mind, and he is going to say to the sheep, he is going to say, this is not cowardice, it is strategy. Perhaps you have spent too long in the sheep form with a sheep brain.
What you're doing is bad.
It is.
You are bad, and I do not like you.
I am bad. You will not let... You will be rewarded when we get out of this. Just be brave and get me out of this.
Does a 17 hit?
17 absolutely hits.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Now I roll damage. And the 10 plus 4. Yeah.
Ooh, 6. Any sauce on that?
Yeah, 1 sauce, please. For an additional 4.
Oh, dokie. And as you feel that Eldritch Blast leaving your fingers and taking off towards Guz, tell me how Guz goes down.
A wave of force energy absorbs over Guz's entire form and gently lays him down to his sleep.
And with a weird sense of violence, but also a nice tender touch, Guz is hit and spun around like a top, but with that same energy, just slowly spinning Guz to the ground as they now lay unconscious with a gentle purple glow.
Yeah, and then I'm going to go to here. Yeah, I will go to there.
Matter! That brings us to Lom.
All right. So Lom, being that Guz is now flattened, Lom is going to turn around, and I'm going to see if I can eyeball this.
You can hit the two. I'll let you hit the two wolves with it without having to twist that thing around. But if you're gonna hit the bear, you're also gonna hit Jerome. You can make the call.
Oh no, yeah, I'm actually gonna try and go for the two wolves with this.
Yep, no problem. I will make you fuss that out. I'll give it to you. That is excellent. A dex save on their part, correct?
Yes, it is. And Lom is going to spin around and sort of do like some sort of like firebending esque hand maneuver and put two fingers to his lips and blow a 20-foot cone of fire towards these wolves, a little bit forgetting himself, trying to end these wolves as quickly as
well, you do catch them in a bit of a barbecue. For how much damage?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no.
Your breath weapon is saver half, saver suck.
Saver half on save.
I assuming it's saver half on save.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of them does, the one on the left, which was just enough hit points to save its life, but the one on the right, tell me how you want to burn that one down.
Oh geez, so that one is going to be sort of engulfed, and it's going to stagger a bit and let out a little bit of a howl as it drops to the ground, smoldering.
As that awoo goes, it seems to change near the end from an awoo to a oh no, as it ends up with this human head and then a couple of hands and arms that managed to start to recreate before it fell to its death. That wolf is out of initiative. It doesn't need to be there anymore, which brings us to Fenrir, who continues to bleat on in support. Moving on to Jerome.
Mom actually feels better now.
Spiritual Abacus will cartwheel through the air and try to connect with this final wolf. I really like a hit.
It will connect with the 14. 11 points of force damage. How do you want this wolf to go down?
It should just take a satisfying bonk as the abacus bounces off its cranium, and hopefully that'll be enough for it to expire.
Yeah, just you see all the little beads rattle around, and I mean, nobody else can hear it, but you could tell it's a happy little rattle. Anything else?
Yeah, well, my dear friend Lom here probably could use a little bit more of this Cure Wounds. So yeah,
Ooh.
Reach out behind him and slap on the back for 5 points of healing.
Nothing would
As
have to jump.
you reach back and you
That's
feel
right.
your cure wounds go off, that bear immediately gives off that, and you feel the bite start to sink in. Reaction?
Can I hear what it is so I can shield it?
It will hit.
Okay, well, I'll take it.
Okay. It's going to back actually both of those attacks. As that bite comes in once again, real close, and you immediately feeling that breath throw up your shield again. And the kind of, for a brief moment, that bear gets that smashed nose look right up against it. And you can feel those claws underneath this, pow, 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 bouncing off the shield in the lower half. Tafina.
You see her reach into her little pouch and pull out a small diamond. She starts to expand her hands with it in the middle, and you see lightning kind of bouncing between her fingers into a ball, and then she hurls it at the bear, casting Chromatic Orb.
Okay. That Wolf, he's not going to get out of the way of that. Okay. 17 is going to hit. 15 lightning damage is quite a bit. As that bear immediately goes from perfectly fine to having just like a massive streak of fur just absolutely gone down the side. Anything else?
She's going to move back forward a little bit, not Flip. The doctor is not hiding behind her. Not that she provides much coverage as a gnome.
Fair assessment. Dr. Cornelius.
Yeah, Dr. Cornelius's turn. Dr. Cornelius will move his hex to the bear, and then he will cast Eldritch Blast, and he will say something very pissy, like, haha, Eldritch Blast, bear.
It will take that shot for...
Oh, okay. I will roll my damage then. I was so many windows open, my word. All right, I will roll the damage. Did it roll? I do not know.
You do understand the yell that comes out of the bear, and it's currently just like absolutely lamenting having taken this job. Not quite sure why it's still here fighting, but it's gonna do it anyway. Anything
Yeah,
else before we move on to Lom?
please add 1 necrotic damage, and say he's going to shout over to Tafina, "You are my meat shield. Where did you go?"
Lom.
All right. Lom is going to now with those wounds knit further back together, thanks to Jerome, going to saunter over to the bear and wrestle it lightly.
Politely.
First, we're going to thwack it with our quarterstaff.
Attempted thwack with the quarterstaff, as the bear, surprisingly nimble, gets out of the way.
Ooh. And then this is a bear. This is a rather large bear, and
Very bear.
I think I am gonna spend a key point to use Fury of Blows.
Do it. And that first strike does actually connect with that brown bear. 6 bludgeoning damage as you manage to get what kind of strike is going to bring this bear down?
Lom is going to just open palm right to the forehead. Bad bear.
Yeah, and with the surprising force and realizing that your hand is like ended up the size of this bear's face, just well, pow! You ever see one of those like what was it, like a Russian slap contest? And just absolutely A1 championship slap right across this bear's face, and it just when you hear and it falls over to the ground. And what happens is this big, meaty human belly starts to come out. In the middle, as all the furry paws all go limp and everything goes down and quiet, with the immediate threats seemingly over, that will take us out of initiative. And you hear the barkeep in the back. How much cheese are you going to give me to pay for everything that you just broke?
We have quite a few pristine, rare wheels of cheese known as death cheese because of how fatal it can be to milk these creatures. So rare, so expensive. As she casts distort value to make them seem even more rare and expensive. And well, she actually isn't carrying the cheese. Gestures towards the stronger monk and Goliath and says, "Will you please put those wheels on the bar?"
And I thought you said that sheep didn't come here with you. Now you find everything that you could have just given her. Give me your cheese.
One thing at the time.
DM, Dr. Cornelius would like to go up to Guz, and he would like to make a medicine check to stabilize him. He was just doing his job. It feels bad to kill him for that.
Sure, go for it.
All right. I'm going to roll. Oh, goodness. Where is the stats? Yes, medicine. +1.
You come up and put your quickly head to the chest, give a listen. You make a quick adjustment to something that we were going to leave intentionally vague, and you catch a heartbeat. You feel satisfied that Gus will at least survive this experience.
Oh yeah, I am glad. After all, I am not a medical doctor. I am a PhD in philosophy.
And behind you, you hear the bleats of Fenrir coming up, going, "Excellent, excellent. With them out of the way, it'll be easier. They won't all be at the tree house. These will do. Let's head out immediately." And you see Fenrir, with a little more confidence than he's probably earned, start to bleed his way out the door. Gives the wolf a kick on the way.
Dr. Cornelius will follow.
Lom, of course, tries to put everything out that may or may not have caught on fire before leaving.
There are some scorch marks along off in the corner there. A couple tables, like thankfully most of the tables in the neighborhood got blasted off to the sides by shatter. So there wasn't a lot left for you to actually have to put out in that case. But if there aren't any arguments for any of the party following along with the plan, you all head out, and followed by a bleeding sheep and a probably frustrated Dr. Cornelius, we are going to take ourselves, let's take a 5-minute break here, a 7-minute break. We'll come back here at 25 after the hour and continue and finish our adventure here in the Wild Sheep Chase. Thank you all who have been here and watching and stuck it out this long. We're going to be right back. Hey, welcome back. Just a reminder to everybody who has stuck with us and joining us now once again, exclamation point donate in the chat to find out how to donate to Jasper's Game Day, and exclamation point perks to see what your donation can get for the table and what you need to do to report to us. Everything goes in support of Jasper's Game Day to help prevent every suicide they possibly can. So thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for your support. But with that, the party, the Wayfinders, have taken a short rest as they have casually been walking for about an hour, getting out to this mighty tree fort that has been built. There are 3 layers that the party can see, with this one here on the right being open and only about 10 feet up in the air. And you can see the bottom, you can see the branches coming up and just going out and creating this platform. And they come up on the edges a little bit, and you can actually see another tree there sitting on top with the staircase that goes into a building of some sort that's built again in the same fashion with a mighty trunk underneath it that goes up, and vines that intertwine and then bend and go up and form windows, and going up to the big leafy canopy that goes over the top. And then on the other side of the building, you could see another platform, and that one gets even higher, getting up to about 25 feet. Its roof sitting at a nice tall 45 to 50 feet. And you can see down here in the lower half a small camp, a little campfire, and what looks like apes playing with oversized dice, getting excited in various ways, and you can hear different ooks going on. And a wolf that seems to be patrolling around the base, going out about every 15 minutes or so, doing a full circle. You guys find yourself pretty securely in a shrubbery with a sheep up on the northeast corner there, with Fenrir bleeding out a bunch of instructions along the way to Dr. Cornelius, giving a rough outline of what you'll find inside, being an office with the kitchen and various home things, although who knows what Noak has done with the place. With sleeping quarters existing in the highest corner up there. And then everything below and outside is there for workers and lowly people that he doesn't. And you do notice in the gentle glow, one thing that's unique and out of place here on the edge of this building, that there is actually a very nicely painted mural across the back of that building. Although from your distance, getting any detail on there, looks like it blends in with the environment maybe, but it looks like it's pretty well done actually. So there's that. With that, the party is unseen on the outside with the patrol not picking up on them, and you are free to discuss and plan what you would like to do, with Fenrir's last orders basically being Nogue will have the wand. Get it from him, and we can fix all of this. But those bleats have now turned to bleats for everybody as the effects of Speak with Animals has worn off.
I can no longer understand the sheep. You do not know what the blessings this is now. I just hear the blissful bleating of an annoying little sheep.
Ma! Ma! All right, and with that, though, the party is left to its own devices. How would you like to approach this?
Where does everyone think we should go? Lam, you are always very good in these situations, very calm under pressure. What do you suggest?
Well, judging from the guards, down here would be nice. But I'm not sure what they're willing to pay in terms of their price. Will they like this cheese, is my question to them. And what are we selling? What's our angle when we get in? Wait, is this not what we're doing here for this one?
Ah,
Yeah, you want to deceive them and sell cheese. Oh, I love lying.
Ah, yes.
Um, uh, Dr. Cornelius is going to look at Jerome and he's going to say, "There's nothing wrong with that. We have the flexibility in the books to sell them some cheese if we can successfully lie our way in to speak to this no fellow. No,
There's a reason we were eating in establishments like this short rest. We are deep, deep in the hole. And we did just give away our premium prototype product to pay for the fire breathing. Yeah, probably deception, bluffing. Could always, yeah.
We can still make it smell like it's good.
Not to mention, yeah, the dust of deliciousness. It's never failed for us yet.
oh,
If you give me an hour, I can make more snacks. We all know that's where this is at.
the next patrol, the wolf seems to stop and be sniffing in your general direction.
Okay.
We sure charm is the way?
Are we ever sure of anything? That is why we are so deep in the red.
That's right. That's right. Well, I believe we'll find a way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Tabitha, what do you think we should do? I always trust you for your wisdom. You are so wise.
And you're so full of it. But
Yeah.
I do think that our cheese could be a way, and perhaps they'll enjoy it and let us at least offer it to the to Snoke.
So
Nah.
the supreme leader, Snoke, or
No, nah.
so you think our cheese will wheel us in?
The first order of business is to get a meeting with him.
At least we can string him along.
This is getting really grating.
This is good a plan. I like it so much.
Don't forget to donate, everybody.
Doesn't get better than this.
All right. So you just want to? Are you going to just go to the front door? Go to the guards? Which way would you like to approach this?
Before we go to the guards, I want to make sure that we know what the plan is. What is the plan? Oh,
with waiting, we just stroll out.
Let's go to the guards and sell them some cheese.
Right. Okay.
I can cast suggestion on them as well.
Summon our knees.
How high up is the second tree, by the way?
So this first tree goes up as a staircase on the south end. It moves up the 10 feet there. Am I even pinging on the right layer? So yeah, there you go.
I'm not seeing the pings.
There you go. So yeah, it's got the staircase and it pings up going there. This staircase goes up another 15 feet after that. So you're looking at about 20, 25 feet on the floor level for this. Not really comfortable jumping up. The Harrington, maybe. I don't know. But there are, the windows don't look open. The doors don't look open.
This is where the guards are, down here by the fire?
Yep, and the guards are down there on the south end all around a fire. And that wolf has made its patrol every 15 minutes or so.
All right, we'll dodge the thing, but I'll head down.
Okay. As you start to approach, and the apes just finally take notice of you, very quickly, there's just and they seem to move very quickly to stop your movement and get in your way. Oh, they're on the GM layer. Shoot, my bad. I'm a good GM, I promise. There they are.
They are. As they approach, Dr. Cornelius is going to raise his hand and he's going to say, "We are here with wheels of cheese. Would you like to sample our wares? You fine creatures look very hungry. Lom, prepare them some snacks."
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Jerome will use guidance on Cornelius to help with his salesmanship.
Oh,
Sure.
you're so good, Jerome. What was I
Lom's
doing
actually
without
over
you?
here.
And
Not
Tafina
much.
will again cast Prestidigitation for some amazing smell of fire roasted brie.
Oh, actually, Lom's going to go over to their fire.
They are not going to let you get past them.
Oh.
If you want to try and get past, but they will actively move to get in your way. And they're making, now that the promise of snacks, now there's gimme signs going.
Don't worry, my friend. I'll use your fire. And then the snacks will never expire.
Roll me a persuasion.
Rhymed.
No advantage for rhyming.
Boo.
Hey, you have been granted, as I chomp on my ice, 2 rerolls from the audience if you ever need to use them.
All right, I would like to use one of those to re-roll this.
You absolutely can, claiming 1 immediately.
Yes.
I would
Yes,
like
please.
I would
Thank
like
you.
to assist Lom with my very charming nature.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Go for it. Reroll with advantage.
All right. Why did that not come through with advantage?
Because roll 20 is our jank. But that's
Okay.
high enough that you're not. You get some really long, you can get a good long look up the nostrils of these apes as they are breathing. And then they seem to have moved to let you pass.
Neat.
We're glad you enjoyed it.
Go over here, the fire.
There's more where that came from. Perhaps if you'd like to continue enjoying these snacks, we can convince your organization to sign up for our monthly subscription package. We need, obviously, a signature from your supervisor, but that way your larder will always be stocked with delicious cheese. You have a good eye, I think.
You can insight check the ape, but it's a really high DC.
So Dr. Cornelius is going to say, so are the samples good enough? May we bring our wares into the main building and sell them to the lords of the manor? I would like to make a persuasion check to change their minds.
I'll allow it, but they seem pretty, as you mentioned, any mention of going to the main area or the main guy seems to have met you with a very strong negative response.
Does anyone have inspirations that they haven't used yet that could give me advantage?
I
Yeah.
do, but I might have something even better.
Oh,
since they
yeah.
can understand us. And they've also just sampled some of our Dust of Deliciousness cheese. Perhaps I should make a more magical suggestion.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to trying.
So I will cast Suggestion on the apes and say, you would not want to deprive your master of the legendary Wayfinder's cheeses. It is so rare that we come to these parts of the world that we must have the ability to at least have a sample shared.
And they seem to turn and have a apish conversation. It has some weird tones to it. 2 of them seem to be moving towards the main entrance, heading out. Oh, no, only 2 of them, please. There we go. Heading off in that direction, while one of them is giving very much the like wondering where everybody's going. So to be clear, those two seem to be heading in that direction, which would be towards the only entrance you've seen, while one of them is loudly protesting.
Follow them.
Yeah, Lom's gonna.
Can't go without the samples.
And as you're heading off in that direction, the ape that stays behind continues to loudly protest, and even as the two ascend up the stairs, this ape goes and starts banging on the door for whatever this shed is.
Jerome wasn't sure if he was going to follow the party or if he was going to go deal with this disgruntled customer, but satisfaction is what we do best, and he wants to make sure that this guy's completely satisfied with his meal. It is! We have to dream big, guys, or we're never going to make it. We're just going to end up stuck in debt forever. I can't understand him, but yeah, Jerome's going to try.
Okay. While you're making, as you start to fire. Okay, as you start to make your plea there, up here, the group that's heading in this direction, this little landing that you've come up to, is actually a little nice receiving area. The tree that's here goes up about 15 feet. It's well canopied, except for you can see right about at eye height that there's these spokes that go all the way around. Looks like you could hang up something, and there's a little bench on the bottom for you to sit, and you can tie your shoes and take it off. Although it is still a very well manicured, grassy platform that you're standing on. Very nice. Looks like a very closely cut. If somebody was really got in there with their, say, teeth and really nipped this down to a nice fine, say, putting level. Jerome, what would you like to persuade this guy with?
I'd like to convince him to stop banging on the door, first of all. I'd like to say him, it's almost ready, because there's still a block of cheese on the fire, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah, so, that's how cheese is cooked. Yes.
Yes. Well, no, brie bake, right? Some people are baking a brie. Yeah. So he's gonna, go open up the brie baker, and I'm sure this guy's gonna smell.
And it seems to be talking, but as the conversation, whatever he's talking about, goes on. Behind you, the door opens, and another brown bear comes out and lets out an absolute. But sniffs and comes up and walks up to the fire. It seems to be now.
Chair.
Barry berating the ape, but not in a language that you are privy to. The rest of the party, these apes seem to be moving up and are trying to figure out how to open the door. They seem to be presented with a problem that they're not used to, and the door is locked. Oh, what would you guys like to do? You are very aware of what is going on down here, as it's loud.
Oh, no.
Give him some samples.
You folks hang out up here. I'm going to make sure that our friend doesn't disappear.
And Dr. Cornelius, you're having a hard time. There is no room left on that platform for you to get by and get to these apes who have been confuzzled by a door. Yeah.
Is it an in? Is it an out? What is the problem?
And they rattle on it, and they seem to be rattling on it a little harder, a little bit harder, and they're slowly getting more and more violent with it.
May I offer you some assistance in some way? Is there something I can do to help? I am here to help you. I'm here to facilitate the deliciousness.
Absolutely. They will kind of awkwardly, like two people trying to get through a tight space, so like a hallway trying to get through the door. They just like it's awkward, but you can squeeze past. And getting up to that door, it's actually a pretty nice wooden door. It's got the same lattice work of branches and leaves bending and twisting, opening a little porthole in the middle, people to see through, but then comes up again and forms a very nice and solid tree door.
Okay.
Seems to be barred from the other side.
Barred from the other side, I see. Okay. So it's not like it's locked, it's barred from the other side.
Locked, yeah.
Okay.
Barred from the other side would be locked, but yes.
Yeah, but yeah.
Here or there, anyway. Would you like
how much space is there between the doors? Like, is it a gap? Are they fixed? Is it the natural door?
The door is actually, it's pretty tight in there. Like there's no, you can't really, no place to squeeze through. You can like peek inside and see, it's a little dark in there, but it looks like that there's an office. There's some bookshelves along the far side of the wall. There's another door there.
All right. Excuse me, Fina, do you have a bladed weapon of any kind, like a short sword or something like that? I have a pry bar, but it is not exactly the tool for this job.
I have a shocking grasp.
Ah, yeah. You have an electric personality, it is true. Okay, so,
you do hear from the other side of the door.
Oh.
What have you done? Why is everything awake and yelling? I don't want visitors.
Greetings. We are here as the Wayfinder Cheese Coalition, the WFCC, to sell you some cheese. But not to sell you some cheese. In fact, we want you to invest in the cheese. We want you to invest in yourself. We have many free samples to offer you.
The smell starts to waft in.
Roll me a persuasion.
All right, I'm going to use Tafina's inspiration and roll with the advantage. Yeah.
Is that how that works? I don't.
You may still be guided too.
Oh yeah, I am still guided. I have not made a check. Oh, Jerome, where for you?
Oh, I'll allow it.
Where was I before Jerome? That was okay. Yeah, that was a good roll, and then I will add the 1d4. Oops, roll 1d4. So that is a persuasion of 27. Oh,
okay.
Sorry, 22. I double rolled. 22 persuasion.
It takes a moment, but the door. Hear that thing.
Greetings, I am Dr. Cornelius. This is my associate, Tafina. My other associates, Jerome and Lam, are downstairs serving your guests, or your guards, treats of some kind. Tafina, come forward. You are by far our best salesperson. Do you have any treats for this honorable gentleman who lives in this lovely home? Please, come forward.
Of course. These wheels are so rare and unique, given how difficult it is to milk the beast that leads to this fine cheese. And for you, sir, noble sir, a sample. Does he take it?
He seems very irritated. This is all a lot. Hold on one moment here while You two idiots were not supposed to let anybody in here. I have you hired for one thing, and he steps up and he slaps one in the face. And the monkey just seems to not stand at attention. One thing. Go.
But, sir, they sampled our cheeses, and it was just so irresistible.
I'm
They did not
not
want to
nodding.
deny you the opportunity.
I will try your cheese. You seem to have come so far and created enough of this fuss out here. You must be desperate to come all the way out into here. I don't normally see much of anybody.
Not desperate, we're just building a cheese empire. And it's your turn to invest.
Don't you mean a cheese pie?
I do. Thank you, Dr. Cornelius.
And as you guys continue to sell your cheese, and Noak is not unreceptive to trying whatever varieties you offer him. Down below, the apes have returned to see that the bear has come out, as well as the wolf very curiously sitting amidst the fire. And they all begin to have a bit of a unintelligible argument. Lots of ooks and yells and things like that, where they are very obviously not paying any attention to Jerome and Lom.
Just what I wanted to hear. If
Lom
possible,
flips the cheese.
responsible.
It's important.
Gotta cook
Jerome,
properly.
is he able to slip away in
Pretty
this
easily.
direction? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
They don't
I want to
seem to
misty
be-
step.
Reacting at all to your presence right now.
Great. I want to misty step stealthily up to this little platform.
Up that little staircase right there.
Mhm. I'm assuming like
Sure.
this is up in the air, right?
It is. That is the staircase that goes between the main building and another much taller tree over there. But you could, right at the edge of Misty Step, get up to that staircase.
And then once I'm up there, I'm going to like go down low so that difficult for them to see me from below. Less noticeable.
From below, it's a little difficult to see up there. It is a little dark. But you're just on a staircase. The stairs to the south, or sorry, not to the south, the stairs down seem to be open, but the doorway going to the taller tree in the smaller building is Loctite.
Okay. Well, let's try the one that's open.
All right. Grabbing my polygon reveal that works 100% of the time. Boop. You slip in there pretty quietly. The door gives itself a little as its hinges go, but it looks like a nice little dining area. Not used much. Seems to be mostly avoided. The table doesn't look like it's been used for a while. But otherwise, just a mostly pleasant dining space. There is a door to the north and a door to the east.
Assuming I can hear the
I get that.
voices. Yeah, I can hear the voices to the east.
And you would
Okay.
hear off to the east there, you would hear the voices of Ahmed and Dr. Cornelius and Tavina in the midst of a conversation with Ahmed. I mean, he's mostly impressed with the cheese so far.
Am I impressed with the unlocked state of this door before me?
The one to the north is also unlocked. It looks like it's got the same kind of hinges on it.
Fantastic. Well, let's carefully. I don't know how well oiled these hinges are. Without checking for traps, open it up.
Well, it opens up, but as soon as you start to push, it does give off a very loud. And inside is a rather underkept kitchen. Although you hear from the other room, Note go, "I'm sorry, what was that?"
That is the starting of our song of cheese.
A whole new cheese. A cheese that you will love, my friend. So delish, you'll love it, hide. Don't let our cheese friendship ever end.
That is, I mean,
I just came up with that off the top of my head. You should
that
donate.
is- yes, you should definitely donate. Lots more cheese. That's good that you came up with that. That gives me actually a lot more confidence in your business that you came up with that off the top of your head, and that's not actually part of your pitch.
No, that is just a song because we are so passionate about the cheeses.
Ah, I mean, these are very good cheeses, indeed. He tightens up his robe a little bit and kind of, I mean, what are your prices? And well, nobody's opened the door, Jerome, so you got that going for you. The kitchen up there is a kitchen. It's not terribly well stocked. It seems to have like somebody's using it, but they're not going through the process of also cleaning it afterwards, if that makes sense.
Yep.
A lot of build up.
Look for something I could use to help me with that other door that's locked. Just anything pry bar, like a long
all
knife.
manner of cooking utensils in here, soup ladles, knives, long knives, butcher's handles, all of it some degree of dirty.
I want a chef knife and a soup ladle.
Roll me a quick investigation check. Let's see how long it takes.
Some bubble gum.
While you're rolling your investigation, how's the cheese, Lom? The apes are all definitely arguing amongst themselves with this. Although you're cooking, every time you turn it and get a good little sizzle going, another one turns and gives a little sniff.
Yeah, and as they're all arguing, Lom starts humming just this very sort of calming, very like almost like lullaby kind of tune to sort of like calm them all down, like as he's sort of like cooking. And like he's got these two sticks, and he's got like a little bundle of sticks with him, and he's just got this block of cheese like over a fire, and as the cheese is melting, he's using these sticks and sort of wrapping it around the sticks themselves. And what they are is they're actually breadsticks. And he's as the cheese is melting, he's wrapping it around, and taking it, and then gives it to one of the apes, and sort of pats him on the shoulder with one meaty paw, and goes back over and takes another breadstick, and does some more fancy work, and takes another breadstick, and hands another one to the other ape, and pats him as well, and then does some more fancy, because now it's really melting, so he's gotta use his monk
bending.
talents to
The artistry
really get it
in all
going.
this and really getting those cheese worlds. Make me a performance check.
Okay.
As you are absolutely attacking your DM's hunger, but also starting to really put on a performance and starting to get that cheese to really like get some good swirls so you can get it to spin around the stick a couple times. Maybe? It takes a little practice. You even miss the cheese maybe once. You do it, it swirls and it goes forward, but you don't let it get to you. You just, it's all part of the show. It's all doing, but you are still playing to their more animalistic instincts and their hunger. And they are all definitely captivated. And those that have snacked would like more.
Yeah, and Lom
but-
gives another one to the final ape, and the bear as well, and then tosses a little bit to the wolf, to make sure everybody gets a little sampling before continuing to melt more of the block.
The wolf weirdly isn't excited about eating something off of the ground, but seems to reluctantly do so anyway, as its instincts take the better of it. As I mean, cheesy bread. Nobody resists cheesy bread. Back inside, Jerome, you don't have any problems finding a long enough butcher knife to serve your needs. Make me a stealth check as you try to make your way back towards your door objective, while Tafina and Dr. Cornelius continue their pitch. Mr. Noak seems not uninterested at the moment.
Our pricing scales with the size of the order. Of course, if you buy more, you pay less. We are open to negotiate with you depending on the package you choose. You may get some of the rare and unique Death's cheese or a simple Havati Brie blend.
Have I tried the death cheese? I don't remember trying that one. That sounds at least exciting.
Oh, yes. Tabitha, would you kindly prepare some Death's cheese for this fine gentleman?
No, just so we're clear, like that's not actual death cheese, right? He does take a step back. Like this we're playing with words, right? We're playing with words.
It is called death cheese because it is so deadly to milk the animals that lead to the cheese. It is not deadly to eat.
Yeah, much maiming during the milking. It's the double M process of the death cheese, the MM, the maiming milking.
Oh, that sounds terribly expensive and must cost a lot of overhead. I would love to try it anyway, but dear God. Okay, well, I'm not interested in everything that you're selling. It's just that, like, how long does this cheese last? How does it, you come by once a month? You come by once a week? Like, does this cheese sit? Does it stay? Does it chew? Do I have to put it with bread? Do I have to eat it with, I don't understand the whole world of cheese. This is all, it's overwhelming and very new to me. And you see him getting a little edgy, and he keeps on reaching inside of his robe and fiddling with something.
Perhaps have a seat. You're looking a little lightheaded, and you must be comfortable if you're going to indulge in the death cheese.
Is this a side effect of the cheese? Does it cause all kinds of lightheadedness? I didn't realize this was a euphoric thing. I thought cheese was just, kind of milk you left out too long.
You clearly haven't had our cheese before.
Yes. I mean, well, I did. This is a very weird experience for me here, but I'm not. Let me go check something in my room real quick. I need to. Jerome, what was your stealth check? Right in the smack middle of you trying to get out of that second door down there. You hear this side door open up, and Noak immediately eyeballs you. There was somebody else in here. Why does... Sir, explain yourself. You two, explain yourself immediately. And he pulls out this wand and points it immediately right between your eyes, Jerome. And you can see this thing. It comes out a good 12, 13 inches from the end of his fingers. But there is some kind of box or device on the end of it that he is also holding onto with the wand. You just stop. You show yourself. Why?
I'm going to be doing that.
Muscle, and you will not have muscles to move. I swear.
We love cheese. We love cheese. Even if you don't even say please. We love cheese. We love cheese. It's good and it's easy.
It's a part of our program. We stock the fridges. The kitchen's through there.
Is he going to let me... sorry.
I mean, this still has the wand pointed directly at you, although he's definitely, turned his head a couple times of just what?
Do I feel that there's an opening to explain without getting my head turned into a small creature?
You could sure try.
You see, the thing is, you're under an audit. The problem is that we've had all these complaints about, people get depressed, people get freaked out when they hear that they're under an audit, and they just get too stressed out. So we're trying a new program where we have people come in and try and calm them down. There's a whole experience. They come in, they present cheese, they perform a little bit, and it's a pilot project. But that's really what's going on. And so
He doesn't stop pointing that wand at you. Goes, move. Go in the other room. Go now.
the kitchen.
No, go in with your friends who are singing and selling. Sure. God, I thought I was going to. I've had enough of this. Just. He shuts the door there, and you can hear him go somewhere. But
Before he
leaves
does that,
three of you in that room
Wait.
for a moment.
is there a chance to interrupt that?
You could sure try.
I want to cast command on him.
Okay.
Just as he's about to close the door, he's still got the wand. I want to command him to. I want to say release. And then if there's time, I'd like to mage hand and try and get that wand off him.
Okie dokie. As you start your incantation, he casts counterspell.
Counter command?
He is not interested. I am not interested in any spells this evening or any of your intoxicating cheese. And he gets mad and slams the door and turns and disappears into the other room. Lom.
Yes.
You do hear some yelling going on from the other room. And you hear some slamming, and if you look up, you would see Noak for just a moment going in one door, quickly unlocking, and going into whatever this room is up here. And then you hear what is the sound of, it sounds like a tree breaking. It sounds just, if there was a sound to a tree growing super fast, you would hear it. And then you hear a sound that's like a tree falling mixed with this absolute roar of a dragon. As then the wall to the north or to the west of you there shatters, and out flies what looks like a bed, a dragon. As best bet, it looks like a very angry bed dragon wormling that has descended upon you. Let's roll initiative.
That's a bad pun.
Yeah, you get the cheese ones and I get the monster ones. That's how this works.
I like that.
Oh my god.
You thought you were surrounded before.
A bed dragon wormling.
My heart goes out to you, Lom.
Fantastic.
Don't worry, Lom. We will find someone not nearly as good as you to replace you.
Alas, you are not Lom for this world.
I mean, to be fair, you have intoxicated that group down there with your cooking. So you
Yeah.
We'll see how that plays out. But with that, let me make sure everybody is in initiative. Anybody have any problems? Yes, no, maybe? Cornelius? Professionals.
I mean, I have a problem with my initiative, but
It's not high
that's
enough?
not a problem I can fix.
Yeah, about that one.
Yeah.
These wolves and apes are actually just as surprised as you are. They did not expect whatever the F that is, flying through the air, coming at you. And so that will leave us opening up with Dr. Cornelius, who also heard what sounded like the tree coming down, at least the other half of the tree coming down. What would you like to do?
That is a great question. I wanted to talk to him about the cheeses. I I mean, I don't know. There's a bed dragon wormling.
True. It does, however, sound pretty like something terrible went down.
All right, then I will go. I will walk out to here and check it out. Am I able to see the bed dragon wormling?
From there, yes, absolutely, you would see it because it would be up above any buildings and immediately diving into going into a dive. That's what it would be doing right there.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I will hex it, and I will say, I hope you itch forever with the termites in your lowly places, and then I will cast Eldritch Blast.
That is a thing you can do. Go for it.
Thank you. I will do it and try and do it well, but no promises. Oh well, I rolled a 16 on the bed. Does that hit the bed?
The bed dragon wormling. You see that shot fly off and watch it just barely skid across the top of the bed, going across the sheets, and leaving that dark purple trail of eldritch energy behind it, doing how much damage?
Oh, I will slip into your sheets with my force blast and do
Ooh.
I will do 5 force damage, and then I will roll 1d6. Plus 2 necrotic damage, please.
It will take all of that damage as you just watch that bed start to even burn up a little bit from the heat of that blast skimming across the top of it.
And
Anything
then
else?
Yeah, and then I'm going to heroically go here.
Like the hero that you are. These apes seeing the action will. The one that's closest to you, right next to you, that will be the next one. That was the first one. You two have actually become kind of friends. Like he's into it, into what you're doing. You don't understand a word that he's ooking at you, but he's into that. The other one, on the other hand, is the one that's been kind of up on what's going on the whole time and didn't escort and isn't super into cheese, I guess. And it's going to come down and start the fight.
Oh no.
That is going to be 18 to hit and a 14 to hit. 8 points of bludgeoning damage from that first big meaty fist that just... And not only hits you, but that second one then misses, but doesn't miss the cheese.
Oh no.
No, not the cheese.
The cheese. Right into the cheese.
Means war.
8 bludgeoning damage and however much psychic damage that is to you for cheese destruction. I can't quantify that. Can't quantify that at all. But that brings us to Tafina,
who is going to spend her turn dashing. But you haven't had our best cheeses yet. After our
finding the door now open, you see a oops, come on, Polygon reveal one more time. A bedroom that had a bed and now has on the east side there a big bed-shaped hole with wings going out and things, and Noak immediately turning, and that wand, which still has a bit of yellow crackling energy going from hilt all the way to the tip, you can see a big fat crack in that wand, and it's now pointed towards you. Anything else?
Nope. That is my max movement.
Outstanding. Jerome, Safina's bolted one way, Cornelius is dipped in and out, and you're there with a kitchen knife?
Ladle. I will have to drop one of them, though, so I can cast this spell. He can stealthily peek his head around the corner and hold person on Noak, hopefully without him noticing.
That's going to be a hard look. Take one more step in and I'll allow it. Your line of sight there is really rough, and, I've been super tight on rules, so we're going to really get strict on it right now. That's good.
I did that.
He gets a con save, yes?
I will display it for you.
Wisdom.
That's not displayed.
10,000 rules, 10,000 natural 20s.
Can you just display it? There it is.
I got it. He's going to resist the crap out of that. He seems prepared and focused, his eyes steely locked onto Tafina as she charges in, cheese in hand. But anything else, Jerome?
Shoot! I guess I'll rush. I'll just stay where I am. I'll take a step back through the thing, and that's it.
Absolutely. As you take a step back, you hear Noak start to rattle off an incantation. And Tafina, you see that bright yellow energy in the wand, and whatever box is down at the end gets real bright and starts to rattle even a little bit in his hands. And that energy, he finishes the incantation and flicks the wand straight towards you. And for you, time seems to slow down a little bit as that bolt heads right towards your face, and you can see little points of it stopping and jumping a couple inches again and again, moving in an erratic direction. And it then absolutely hooks back and catches Noak square in the forehead. And you see him scream out, dropping the wand, and then and just melt down into this puddle, this absolute gross monstrosity. And then you look down at that puddle of flesh that's in the ground, and you could see then mouths starting to open up from it, and you can hear this mop, mop, and another mouth and another, and then the mound starts to grow as it takes on a much different form of this gibbering mouther. His tendrils and arms start to form, and it just and that is all that Noak gets to do. The brown bear, on the other hand, is going to take a few steps back as he is actually terrified of that bear, bringing us to Lom.
All right. My friends, this cheese may burn, but our friendship shall not.
Oh.
But you shall be punished.
Oh.
'Cause that hurt a lot. We're gonna knock the ape that hit us in the face with a quarterstaff strike.
Uh, 24 will absolutely connect right across that ape, doing...
Single-handed, of course.
Of course, because that's how you roll. You got to keep that other hand free for other violence and or cooking.
Yup.
8 points will immediately cause that ape to get a little bloodied as you watch it drip down their nose. Anything else?
Yeah, we are actually, instead of going for Fury of Blows, we are going to use Patient Defense and take the dodge action as a bonus action.
It
We are
worked
not going
once.
to move. We are going to keep our position by the fire.
Hold.
The cooking must
Hold the
continue.
cheese line.
The cheese must be saved. Well, then that brings us to the bed dragon wormling, who sweeps high and wide over everybody and smashes into the side of the house. Being turned loose, it will... Oops, there we go.
His speed is 10 slower if it matters.
Not in this particular case.
All right, he's lethargic. He's very sleepy. He's in bed. It's ironic.
He won't be able to move any further from there, but that leaves him in position to breathe in deep and ask for a dexterity saving throw from one Dr. Cornelius
Oh, yeah.
as it lets out what looks like splinters and a that has this cracking wood as it sprays directly across you, doing 21 points of piercing damage as you putting your arms up does nothing against tiny splinters.
Yeah, that was bad.
And that is all the energy that guy has. This wolf, terrified, uses its dash to get 10, 15, 20, 25, to about there. Trying to get inside, figure out where his boss is. This ape, on the other hand, is now like into the fight, not into the food. That is a 20. Oof. That was a wormling. I rolled the wrong thing. Wrong character sheet. That is my fault. Thought that was a little high. Okay. This ape then swings twice, but not with all of its heart. The first fist does a 10 towards Lom. That's going to miss. Second fist rolls only a little bit higher at an 11. Maybe the cheese has made him a little lethargic. Maybe he's discovering something about himself and his ability to digest dairy. Either way, both of those strikes are going to miss. And that brings us to the Splinterfield filled Dr. Cornelius.
Yeah, the Splinterfield Dr. Cornelius is decidedly unhappy with his lot in life. But he has. I am almost certain I must make a savings throw. One moment, and we will see. Oh, the hex remains.
He remains.
All right. Well, Oh wait. Okay. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, I could do that, but I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
You know, when it works, you keep going to that well. Unfortunately, that blast, like maybe your arms are a little, you weren't ready for being filled with tiny little holes, and that blast goes a little wide.
May I use a reroll?
We do have one left.
Is anybody okay with that? I would like to reroll. Also, I am almost certainly going to die. I don't see how I will survive.
That is not off of the table. A 14 on the other hand. That is also going to miss the wormling.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go over to here.
Tactical hiding in the corners. There are a lot of books scattered about there, and a few shelves full of what looks like transmutational vials and devices and medical doodads. I don't know the exact word for it, and I'm not going to take the time to figure it out. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
That ape. Lom, roll me a persuasion check. I'm just like, I really need to get a bead on how much this cheese has affected this particular ape.
All right. I believe in the heart of the cards. I believe in the heart of the cards. I believe in the heart of the cards. Oh my god.
You know, sometimes you think you get him in the stomach and you got it. And he feels bad. Feels real bad about this one. But that is a 24 and a 23 to hit. I'm rolling out of my skull tonight. Why can't I ever do this as a player?
Ow.
6 points of bludgeoning damage from the first one. 8 points of bludgeoning damage from that second one.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow. That
14.
second one, I'm actually going to use my Stone's Endurance on.
Roll it.
Otherwise.
Okay.
Ow.
You take a little bit of that, but it's just like, you thought you had a bond, and maybe that's the kind of damage that you can't prevent. Speaking of damage you can't prevent, here come 2 more fists. That first one is a 14. That second one is a 15 to hit. Lost where your thing is. Tie goes to the roller, so the second one does 5 points of bludgeoning damage as these fists are now flying towards the monk. Oh, patient defense. That didn't change anything. Those were all first rolls.
Yeah. So, yeah. So after that, second fist lands, Lom just looks at this ape and goes, "Oh, I thought we were friends. Is this how it ends?" And collapses.
Oh no! Lom is unconscious on the ground. That brings us to Tafina. Tafina, you would be able to see all that action on the ground despite the horror in front of you. Although this Mouther is making it a little bit hard to keep your concentration on anything, as it's nop, mrop, mrop, nop, nop, and making quite a bit of noise. Make me a wisdom saving throw. You managed to keep yourself together, although it's really hard being next to this thing. What would you like to do?
Would you allow me to mage hand a potion as my action to send it to him and like pour it down his throat, or no?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll allow it. It's just in your range.
Okay. Then that is what I will do.
Quickly uncorking it and handing it to Handy, you watch it just float down and bloop, right smack into the mouth. Go ahead and roll it.
Woo!
The Baba
It's
for
a
the
pretty
big one.
mouth.
Easy target sometimes. And as you roll that and bring your monk back up, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, Jerome.
Did I follow what happened to that wand in the midst of this
No,
mess?
you wouldn't have. You would have. Nope. You dipped back into the other room before any of that happened. You said so yourself.
Okay. If I step back into this room, am I able to see the wand?
From there, no, because it is up a little bit. It would be. You would know it's somewhere in that room. Tafina would have a probably a decent bead on where it is, although it has now sitting in something really, really gross. Moving up and getting as close as you can. Roll me a quick investigation or perception, whichever you feel is better.
Right.
Well, maybe that wasn't the best choice there. No, you do not get a beat on it.
Well, I have one sec. I think I have a feature. Where's my divine? This is important. Favored by the gods. That's not going to help me. Nope, never mind.
Nope. You tried. And it is gross and loud. And you do hear the getting up and getting a close look at this. It's not the Noke that you remember. Has a lot more mouths. You don't remember the skin being quite so smooth or having as many teeth or those weird flappy arms that are going down. And especially not the that's going on within there. All of this is sudden and new.
Yeah. Well, I guess I better hop down then.
Ooh, that's quite the drop.
Yep.
Anything to slow your fall, or are you just going for it?
Going for it. I'm gonna try and go along the edge of this tree here, just like trying to like hop onto it and slide down if I can.
Slide down a little bit. I mean, that'll lower you a little bit, but you're still looking at about a 20-foot drop.
Great. Well, it is what it is. My friend's in trouble.
It is what it is. All right, roll me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Coming down, you will take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. You tweak your ankle pretty good hitting the ground there. You try and do a roll, but maybe that wasn't your forte. You kind of bump your shoulder a little bit as you hit the ground there. Anything else?
Yeah. The comedy of errors continues. Am I able to get one step closer? And then I want to cast Bless on the three of us here.
Sure. Done and done and done.
Okay.
As Tafina, Lom, and Jerome all feel a little bit better.
Is my
All
turn.
right. That brings us to the Gibbering Mouther. That is immediately going to send a few bites towards Tafina, but it's unsure of itself as a body right now. You could definitely see those teeth coming out towards you, but that is a 10 and an 11 to hit. So they're both going to bite and come up short, catching Tafina at all. But you can see that it's spreading out at its base level, and it's getting wider and gooier and grosser as it goes. The brown bear, having the bed dragon wormling flee inside, and now seeing Jerome come to the action, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right in its range, question mark? There you go. Wow, easy range for a brown bear to come over and say hi. The first one's a 22 to hit.
I'll do it.
All right. It's going to do 10 points of piercing damage as it just runs up and barrels into you, and you can feel that bite go right into your shoulder and just start blood coming down your arm a little bit. 10 points of piercing damage. The second attack is 17 to hit.
Beats it. Well, AC 17.
Tie goes to the roller. So that will also do 9 points of piercing damage with you choosing
Helping.
not to shield.
I'm really valiantly helping my friend.
You know, that's a matter of perspective. Lom.
I gotta do con saves.
All right.
Oh, right. Please and thank you. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's let's
Lom
get some...
is
ahead,
going
Lom.
to
That's a +7
stand
to the
up.
con save.
You can hold your con.
Stand up for half his movement
Okay.
because that's a thing.
True.
And then all right. We're going to go for the old reliable. We're just going to grab our quarterstaff and whack at the first naughty ape.
Ooh, that's going to connect.
Excellent. One-handed.
4. That is enough. How do you want that ape to go down?
Oh, we're just going to crack him right across the skull.
Quick and easy. You're all business now, as this has become a genuine threat. The cooking is over. The violence has begun. Coming down hard. The whack. You watch it go cross-eyed immediately, and it just ends up in a hump or a lump on the ground. Pile of ape there, unconscious, shrinking smaller, but staying very hairy. Anything else?
We're going to spend a key point, and we're going to use Fury of Blows to spank these other two monkeys.
Ooh. We'll allow it. PG-13, though. We'll allow it.
And we're going to do an unarmed strike on this first gorilla.
That first strike is going to miss.
And then another.
You are blessed.
All right, roll the bless on the first one.
Oh.
Oh, that'll help a lot.
Oh, hey.
Okay, so yeah, one of those strikes. So narratively speaking, your first strike kind of goes a little bit wide, but you use focus a little bit, feel that divine energy, redirect that second strike, and absolutely catch him one right in the nose.
Yeah.
4.
And we're going to use our Draconic Presence to change that to cold damage.
Oh, chilling out his nose. It doesn't change the amount of damage it takes, but now it's got like cold breath. It breathes out and it does a little smoky thing that's kind of cool. -6. It will still ape on. Anything else?
Oh well, that's the damage.
Outstanding. All right, bringing us to the bed dragon wormling who's been abandoned weirdly. Oh no, not quite abandoned. It does this slow, odd bedpost kind of. It doesn't have knees, and so it doesn't walk very well. So it just kind of like keeps tipping itself, and it's like this weird clunk, 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 clunk that it does, trying to oddly use its wings to get up to Dr. Cornelius, where it will attempt to bite you with its weird, toothy. Oops, lost that. There you are. Weird toothy bite. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
Yes.
Absolutely does 10 points of piercing damage as those tiny little teeth go digging in.
And Dr. Cornelius, his ears sort of flap down, and he sort of spins in a circle and gently collapses to the ground.
Oh no. All right. Moving on, that wolf is continuing to do its charge, trying to figure out what's going on. This ape, seeing its friend get punched and turn cold, will very quickly take a couple swings. Both are gonna miss, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately for it.
Wow.
Dr. Cornelius, a death saving throw, please and thank you.
Oh, did it hit me?
Did you go? I thought you said you went down. The bed hit you.
Oh, the bed, it hit me again.
No.
Don't it?
I thought you just said you went down when the bed hit you that last time.
Yeah, I did. No, I did. I'm unconscious, but don't I make a death saving throw on my next turn? Or
Oh, it is your turn just happened. Like I just clicked past it.
oh, got it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
We got there. The apes went. Yeah.
Oh, what?
I'm not that crazy.
Why am I? How do you actually roll a death saving throw on here?
Slash our d20
Yeah, no, I get it, but I was trying to do it from
for D&D Beyond.
It doesn't pop up unless you're down to 0. So if you haven't been
Oh, that is correct. Yeah, you do have to turn it down to 0.
Woo!
Hey, well, there we go. Dr. Cornelius, you are awake with 1 hit point, with the bed dragon wormling breathing very close and dangerous to you.
Okay. I have nothing to do against this creature. Nothing to do against this creature whatsoever. But what I can do... if I teleport away from it, does that cause a opportunity attack?
Not if you teleport, no.
All right. Well, I will move to here. And then I will... So that... Oh, wait. I will move 10 feet to there.
Mhm.
And then... Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then I'm going to Misty Step to here with my bonus action. It doesn't have Hex on it, but I will... I'm going to Eldritch Blast it because this bed can go to back where it came from.
Bed can go to bed? No, we won't try it.
No,
You
please,
absolutely
please.
rail that thing. Watching it blast a pillow completely off of it.
Yeah, I'm done now.
All right. Oh, sorry, it didn't pass. It's Tafina, not Jerome.
Do I see the wand?
Yes, you saw it fall down, and it's there in the. It's not too far from your feet, amidst the gunk and junk.
Okay, I'm gonna like disgustedly, but like carefully pick it up.
Make me a strength saving throw or a strength check, as it seems to be fighting you a little bit.
I clicked it. Why aren't you rolling thing?
Oh dear.
Oh God.
It's a fight. You have a hard time pulling it out, just barely, and just do. You happen to just get it just strong enough to pull that thing out, and you have this weird wand in your hand, and you can see that it has been cracked all along it, and it has some device that's been attached to it. But this is a wand of polymorph. It looks like a wand of polymorph. What would you like to do?
I'm going to take it outside. I'm gonna go find the sheep. Yeah.
I person two just jumping off.
Catch you! Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna jump off. But I will have learned from him. I just saw like the strategy he took, kind of climbing down a little bit before following suit. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Roll me a quick acrobatics check.
With advantage because I've learned from my
Yes,
colleague.
fine. Yeah.
I may have a bear in my face, but I am going to try and catch it too.
It's not very graceful. You still take 4 points of damage as you hit the ground and roll out of the way. Still, again, uneven ground, terrible things. But you do get down there and see Jerome and a bear, and the cooking show seems to have gone poorly. Yeah, where would you like to go?
At this point, was picking up the wand my action, or
Yeah.
did you give me that as a?
I could give it to you as a free object. You had to fight for it, but whatever. It's getting late. We got to get home.
Okay, then what I would like to do here is cast Enlarge on Lum, because I want to see a really big Goliath.
Giga Goliath.
Assuming that Lum is not in the business of resisting that.
Mm-mm.
Lum, you were already pretty big, but all of a sudden, you are now towering over everybody. You find your feet like even kicking into the fire unintentionally, and you apologize to your cooking. But you have seemingly grown in size.
Normally I'm here to please, but now I'm here for cheese.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Okay.
It's not your turn, but I don't care. This is how I'm playing that.
I am actually going to use my draconic. Wait, no, it's my draconic presence.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am a Way of the Ascendant Dragon monk.
Mhm.
And that is an automatic success, not a failure.
Growing in size and then turning and just giving an absolute cook's salute to them, they both begin to just take off in fear. The bear, on the other hand, is preoccupied. Jerome, you're up.
Putting on my meanest face, which is hard for Jerome. I'm going to look the bear square in the eye and cast command on it and say submit. And then, before figuring out whether that worked or not, I'm going to see if I can scoop up Tafina and jump on his back.
Okay. Fortunately for you, it actually pulls off, and the bear seems to get confused for a moment and then bow its head down to allow you to easy access on board.
Hey, come on, Tafina. We gotta get out of here.
Okay. The Gibbering Mouther does gibbering things up there. The bear is waiting for an order. which I assume is heading in that direction, off
Exactly.
towards
Time to
freedom.
retreat. Yes.
And with you guys making it out there, and the heavy footfalls of Lom in the back, with Dr. Cornelius cornered, trapped. He's off somewhere. Three
You're
of
a real doctor.
4 of the party make it pretty, without too much resistance, off back into the shrubbery, along with Fenrir, who is happy to see the wand there in its presence, and seems to sit up and be gesturing for you to make an attempt to use it on him.
It is a broken one, so I will step back.
Sheep, I'm not sure that's a good idea. When your apprentice used it, he turned into lots of mouse. And I don't think that's just because he liked our cheese that much.
This is no time to be sheepish. We need... we need to go get the doctor.
Okay.
Okay. Because we're at the end of the night here, I will narratively wrap this up here with the Beg Dragon Wormling just kind of smashing around and conveniently getting itself interested in a bit of bedding and shrubbery that was left in the corner there, giving Dr. Cornelius the opening he needed to make his way out and back over with the group. So now that everybody's there, how are we wrapping this up? The sheep is giving you the option. Use the wand. Don't use the wand.
I am here to talk to you about your wand's extended warranty.
Oh, God. We were so close. We were so close.
You know you want it.
Okay, Tafina will decide to try to use it on the sheep, but she will distance herself from everyone else just in case it backfires on her, and she doesn't want to hit them as well.
Okay, roll me a quick Arcana check.
With
I'm
guidance.
still blessed, right?
Blessed and guided.
And
No, I can't do both.
sure.
You're just blessed.
Okay, I would have allowed it.
Okay,
Ooh.
19. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Plus 2, 21.
Ooh, fancy. So you take a look up and down the wand. You confidently go, yeah, I got this. You point it without really thinking at this point, right at Fenrir, rattle off an incantation, and it transforms. Quickly growing arms and legs. Suddenly there's a naked as the day was born elf standing in front of you. The man is standing there and he spits out grass. That was bad.
Mom rips off a sleeve and wraps it around him.
Oh, thank you.
He's swimming in it. Yeah.
I'm not used to having a need for modesty. Thank you for your bravery and your. You said Noak turned into a pile of. You know what? Listen, I appreciate all of you. Now that I can speak freely and I don't have to eat any grass. Nah. I am finished. I'm right. I will gladly offer any of you any transmutation, so long as you can pay for the material components, because I have been out of business for a couple of months, and I can have a lot of grass coming up. I'm sorry. This is very uncomfortable for all of us. Should we go inside? Is there anything I need to be worried about in there?
Well,
There's a
your
bedridden
apprentice
monster.
is also that monster still, like just the lots of mouths. But back to the grass in your mouth, what you really need to replace that with is amazing cheese. And I feel like after the services we've provided you today, that you need to have a lifetime subscription.
And as the scene fades out with the Wayfinders making one final sale, finally getting that last sale, Fenrir slowly goes inside, but then decides that you should escort him off to somewhere in the city that is going to be much more safer, although you might have to spot him when you get there. Thank you all so much for making it this far with me. This is the end of the Wild Sheep Chase. Thank you for all of you that are still watching and made it this far. I appreciate each and every one of you. Fenrir appreciates all of you and your efforts and our quick bringing it in for a landing, because like true D&D fashion, we go long doing fantasy nonsense and just making stuff up as we go. Real quick, we'll go around. We'll go let our players here say their socials and shout out whatever they want to. We'll start with Lily Dean Islam.
Hi, my name is Lily Dean. You can find me everywhere as an Oddity on Fire, including here on Twitch. Most recently, you can find me as Lord Cedric Brockton in Mrs. Hawking Part 1, which is now on YouTube, as well as the narrator and Ash Montgomery in Nyctophobia on every podcast app of your choice.
Outstanding. Thank you. Paul.
I don't really use social media, but my friend Anna did a fantastic job making the sketch for me for my character, and so I think it'd be really cool if you guys would check out some of her art if you're interested in it. And I guess I'll paste it in the chat so you can find her.
Great. Yeah. Thank you. Mel, as Tafina.
Also a broken millennial without social. But thank you to our amazing DM for tonight and to all of you for watching.
And last but not least, Gary as Dr. Cornelius.
Everybody, you can find me at fortnerd.com. That's fortnerd, D-O-T-C-O-M. I do a bunch of stuff on the internet. I play Scribes and Scrolls on Monday nights, on Mini Terrain Domain, Candlekeep Mysteries Campaign, Cyberpunk Independence on fortnerd.com, and Spotify. It's a podcast. I'm also the host of the Cockdie podcast, and we have something really cool coming up on Talon and Claw called the Dreadful Tales Anthology, so I hope anybody who's interested who watched Dr. Cornelius might see a version of him return in that.
Outstanding. And thank you to everybody at Winter Fantasy, to Ted in the background who's keeping this going and wants us to wrap this up as quick as possible. Thank you to everybody who donated and just watched and hung out, gave to Jasper's Game Day. We appreciate you so much and everything that you're doing.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, all of you. Once again, I am Todd. I have been your DM this evening. I appreciate every one of you. Know that each and every one of you are loved. Please go out in the world and be good to each other. Peace.
Thanks, Todd. Good job.